conversation.
Welcome back to the show. So today on The Big Conversation, we're asking a question many people quietly struggle with. Is being broke a personal failure or just a season of life? Because in Nigeria today, being broke is no longer just a private experience. It's a shared reality. All of us are inside it together. From rising food prices to rent, transport, school fees, and daily survival, SAPA has become part of everyday conversation. But here's where it gets interesting. While many people are struggling, some are finding their way out, while others remain stuck. So what really keeps people broke? Is it the economy? Is it poor choices? Is it mindset? Or is it simply bad timing? Now, that is the very first question I'm throwing open to the ladies. I know Chisom brought a book because she wants to school us today on money and mindset, but yeah, that's essentially my first question. When people, say, because on social media, you see a lot of, SAPA this, SAPA that, broke this, broke that, right? So is it maybe just easier to blame the economy or blame the country? Prices are high, the government is this, cost of inflation, standard of living, cost of living, or is it really just a mindset where people just choose to remain broke? So Chisom, from your wealth, knowledge, what do you think it is?
It's a mix of all, because it starts with mindsets. It starts with what pressure you are putting on yourself, and who is around you adding to that pressure. Pressure to succeed. So what is the success that you want to record?
Yeah.
And how are you gradually progressing towards it? Because there's time to plant, there's time to wait, there's time to harvest. So you cannot stay down forever. You can fall, but you need to rise to get to where you're going. You're going to the market, there's also cook soup. Then you now fall inside mud. Sure, you not come up and dust yourself.
Right.
So the whole thing is not. So some people decide to stay down and ask for mercy and feel sorry for themselves and continue to beg or
and you feel entitled to other people's money as well.
Yeah, and you now feel entitled and entitled and entitled, because when you start getting hands out, what they call it, is it hands down or handouts, you just start feeling like, oh, this is a way to go. I've been on the streets of Abuja. I'm driving. You are passing Abuja. You see some people who ordinarily they're supposed to be selling water, but what they do, they'll come in the morning, they'll break the container that contains the water, and then spill the water, the pure water on the floor, and start to shed crocodile tears on the express.
I don't
For pity.
For pity.
So it now results into begging instead of actual work.
Yes. So they are not selling water again. What they are now doing is staying there so that you are passing. You're like, this poor boy. Or yeah, take this handout. And sometimes it's words of 1,000 naira, maybe 5K. That has covered for the entire day's hustle now.
Right,
so they kind of like feel like the best way to survive is begging people. Now, if it's a personal failure, now it depends on what you want to ascribe as failure. Failure is even like is an experience that you can transform. You can transform your personality, you can transform your experience, you can transform your mindset, you can transform your pocket, you can learn from your own failure. But a lot of people feel like, she's broke. Are you broke? And then you are now saying, yes, so SAPA has finished me. You have identified yourself. Being broke, being rich, being poor is dynamic. You can be 1 minute broke, and the next second you have, hit gold mine. Now, what has happened when people even begin to say, oh, I'm rich? Their friends begin to glide towards them, to build them.
And there are even levels to being broke, right?
Yeah.
There was this post I saw where the guy said he was broke and he told his babe, and she now sent him some money. He now sent it back to her, added extra, and said, this is not the kind of money that I need. So, there are some people's broke where they literally have nothing in their account. Some people's broke where they say they need money, that they need maybe extra millions to add to the, millions they already have. And, so I think they're like grades. So at what point, Ewana, at what point do you think financial struggle stops being maybe bad luck or a situation of the country to maybe just the person's bad decisions or maybe bad character in this case, to be honest.
Right. Like we've already pointed out, like she has said rightly, there are several external factors that can make a person, go from being financially buoyant to not having enough in a season. But the issue is now when you stay there, like she said, because you've embraced a mindset that you can't do anything to change your circumstance. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. When you feel like, I have money today, but then everything happened to me. Nigeria happened to me, or whatever happened to you. And then you feel like, I don't have what it takes to rise out of this situation. I personally feel like money is currency. Someone has said it, money is currency. At any given point in time, it can flow in, it can flow out.
Yes.
The question now is, do you believe that you have what it takes to cause it to flow in your direction? But one thing I realize is that difficult situations, difficult seasons can tweak a person's mentality, can make a person feel like there's something called learned helplessness, where you just feel like you are powerless to change your situation. And I feel like that's where a lot of people who remain broke or who are stuck in poverty get into. Where it's like, you are rich, help me. I can't help myself. But I think it's a really dark place to be, where you just feel like you have no power to control your outcomes in life. But it's for anyone watching and listening, I want to encourage you that you actually have everything it takes inside you to move from where you are to where you want to be. Like one of my teachers in secondary school said, if you don't like where you are, move. You're not a tree. And I know it feels like motivational quote.
I was going to say, right? This is not aspire to Maguire. It's fact.
Like,
move.
You're not a tree.
Love it.
It feels like, motivational talk, but it's the truth. Because nobody's coming to save you. There's no amount of giving that someone can give you that can substantially forever change the course of your life. But what I want to just say as I, wrap up this point is that you can decide. It starts with a choice. We all have the freedom to choose. It starts with a choice to say, I'm not going to. And I know one of the reasons why people don't move is because of fear. This is comfortable. At least I see something to take care of me and my family day to day. Daily 2K. I'm like, I don't want daily 2K. Sorry. So anyone who's hustling for daily 2K. Can we hustle for something more? I want billions. Yes. But you have the freedom to choose. To say, this is not working. Now, how do you choose? How do you make the transition? I'm not saying, quit your job today and you might be hungry. So don't calm down, but be strategic. And also, this is where you embrace a growth mindset. To say, I don't have what it takes to get a better job right now, but what can I do? What can I go and learn? How can I upskill myself? Because that's another thing that keeps people stuck, is that
they want to remain where they are.
You're not learning, you're not growing, so that when the opportunity meets you, you'll be ready to take the opportunity. So yes. I pause it here.
Amazing, because legit, this is not aspire to Maguire. This is not, today is Wednesday. It's not Monday morning motivation. It really is just facts, right? And just what you said about fear. I had that written down here because I saw this video. They interviewed a man and a woman. All these Arab money people, they have a lot of money. So the question was, what's the difference between people who are wealthy and people who are broke or people who are poor? And he said that broke people fear their vision and trust their doubts. But wealthy people fear their doubts and trust their vision. And that's the whole difference. So, I mean, as a young person, as my fellow Gen Z, and we're seeing a lot of people, embrace the whole, I don't want Sapa to meet me in the future. You see people who, because they have experienced being broke, they would vow never to return there. So why is it that every other person is not coming into that same reality where they should just leave being broke in the past?
To be honest, I think with our generation, I think we're on the good side of things. Like a lot of people have pointed out, we're on the good side of things. A lot of people in our generation have the entitlement mentality. You've given me today, I'm going to keep coming back for more, right? I'm going to keep coming back for more. If I'm broke today, I have this person on speed dial. I can call Osare for 5K today. I can call I can call 3 or 4 of my friends and I can quickly raise 100K and I'll be okay, right?
For how long are you going to be okay?
People do that every time. I promise you. I know. I was still having this conversation with someone on Monday where he said this one person only ever reaches out to him when he needs money. Mind you, this person works, has a good paying job. That's number one. Number two, the person online, the person doesn't look like they're suffering. So it's 5K today, 10K tomorrow, 15K the next day. Oh, do you have 20K that I can quickly spare me? I'll return it. But never even returns the money. So I think one of the things that keeps people in the mental loop of, Sakpa, I can quickly beg somebody is entitlement, number one. Number two, it's that you are making terrible financial choices. Because you have a job that is paying you, let me be unrealistic for a few seconds, 500K a month. There's no reason why you should be going to meet someone to be asking for 15K, 20K. What did you use 500K to do?
Betting, loaning.
Not you some having things there. You know, you have 500K at the beginning of the month. By the end of the week, you have 5K left in your account. What did you do?
Lifestyle.
Yes.
To be honest, so there's just bad financial choices involved in it. There's entitlement involved in it. That's what I think, to be honest.
So let me just say something, you know, because life is not a straight line. So life is kind of a series of transitioning, series of seasons. And there are times when you have the wind in your sail, times when there's no wind.
Yeah.
There are times when, you know, the compass is even faulty. So basically, you just need to understand, for those who are watching, being broke is not a sign of laziness. Being broke is not a moral verdict. Being broke is not evidence of worthlessness. So you need to, you just need to understand that it's not, that you are broke today does not mean that, police is going to come arrest you tomorrow because you did something. No. But you just need to understand that what is even causing the broke-assness? Sorry to you. But what's causing it? Is it the habits? Is it the alcohol? Is it the girls? Is it the loan? Is it the betting? Is it just all of those choices that you make on a daily basis that does not, you're not investing, but you are, you're dipping, you keep on spending. So understand your seasons. Understand when you need to, like I said before, put the seed in the ground, you wait, and then you take your harvest. And then we always say it on this table, delayed gratification. A lot of times we say this thing and people don't understand what we are saying. When you cannot, when you plug a coconut, it's not the day you planted it.
Of course.
But that coconut can give you 30 years, 70 years, you are still collecting from that coconut. What did you do? What did you do right? You bought a land, you put seed in the ground, and you've been harvesting. So brokenness is not an identity.
100%.
It's not a sign of personal failure. It's just you who know that this is where I am now, this is where I want to be, and you are making personal choices. You are picking the right friends, and you are going to the right places.
Right friends.
I was going to go there.
You don't say your company
circle is very important, because I know someone who, just by being in the midst of people who were spending lavishly, buying hair today, I will go out. Let's go and buy hair now. You're buying hair of 1 million. You are borrowing money to buy the hair. You buy clothes that you yourself you will never wear. Buying shoes, buying bags. And one I actually sat her and I asked, okay, you bought all these things, great, lovely stuff. Although I will never participate in such lovely stuff. What is the way forward? Because now you've come to ask me for money. Me that I save the coins. I don't know what I'm doing. So your circle is very important. What are you people? Are you people talking about investing, or every 2AK market days we are going to buy hair?
Now the AK market days.
We are going to buy hair that you can't even afford. To be honest, you can't afford certain things, and to be honest, it is okay. I see my friends buying certain, I'm like, great, good for you, congrats. We'll get there one day. But as of right now, I can't do it, and I'm okay with that. You need to bring yourself to a point where you are okay with not being able to afford certain things.
Yes, and it doesn't mean you are poor. It doesn't mean you want to buy something and then it's one, amount that you probably did not budget for. Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't afford this now.
Take it out of the cards, please. No shame in my
Yes. When you have the
I will come back
funds
and get it.
you can add it to carts and you can check out. It's just the simple reality. Smart money choices. Right? You cannot afford this now. Doesn't make you any less of a person. And if anybody wants to make you feel some type of way, that's their personal problem.
It shouldn't be in your life.
The thing I wanted to even mention is a question. Are you broke? Then you now pressure yourself. No, Mike, I'm not broke. Oh. Hey,
I'm not broke in Jesus' name.
No, but that kind of thing that your friends or people ask you, are you broke? Huh. Let's avoid that. She's broke. Oh.
Like it's a stigma.
Like it's a stigma. So you want to pressure yourself back into the system where everybody will accept you as not being broke. So
I think people also need to, other people also have to have the mindset of, because somebody is broke in your books doesn't really mean the person doesn't have money. Do you understand? Yeah. Stop broke. Let me say stop broke shaming people. Let me put it that way.
Shaming.
Because not everybody has the esteem to take certain things. I can ask Osare, oh, are you broke? And she's like, what do you mean by am I broke? Some people, it sends them into a whole mental spiral. This person just accused me of being broke. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I need to go and buy a new shoe. Let me borrow money from this person. Do you understand? So I think other people, if you have money, that's good for you. Do you understand? Great stuff. But don't in your trying to be nice or trying to do something about someone's situation, make them feel a certain type of way.
Those the lengthy. Wisdom.
So that we are not. So money is not value. Like you don't value people
your
by
your worth is not based on
how much is
money.
in your bank
Exactly.
account. And if you have people in your life who make you
Feel
who
some
look
kind
at
of
what
way.
you have to determine if they want to roll with you,
take them out of.
I don't know if you should stay in such relationships because the truth is life happens in seasons. There will be seasons where for whatever reason, maybe you're changing jobs, maybe you just had kids, so there's a lot more spending to be done in the family, right? In that season, maybe you cannot buy a Shrebi again with them. You cannot, maybe you used to be able to buy wigs every month or every week.
Really?
You can't do it
Some
right
do
now
that.
because you're buying diapers. I don't know, but you're buying diapers, you're buying formula, whatever your baby needs. If in that season you have friends who are questioning your financial, your worth and saying, are you broke now? You can't. Please carry your shoes. just and run because they will put you in serious trouble.
Yes.
You will enter into low self-esteem.
Yes.
You will start to question your worth.
Confidence.
And your worth, you can, like I was saying in the beginning, you can always produce more money. If you understand that you have what it takes, you can always learn, upskill, and then nobody should question your worth because of what you currently have in the hand.
Precisely. So I think I definitely agree that, being broke can be a personal failure when you choose to remain broke or you want to not do anything about it. But it can also be a season of life where at some point, maybe business is bad or, a risk you took did not turn out positively or, something just happened or
maybe
life
even invested heavily in something that has not paid off yet.
Yes, that's not paid off yet, right? Or life just happened. But because your personal disposition is, life goes on, you're going to find another means to push through. Even though it might take time, then definitely it will be a season of life. But now on the other end of things, there's also the narrative that, being broke or now even a step further of poverty is also a mindset because we have people who might be rich but think poor.
Very true.
Because they don't want to spend. And they also somewhat shame people they see spending their money because because they've experienced hard life so much that spending money would be so
you don't want to see it drop by 0.1 in that bank account.
They have the money, but why should I pay for business class when there's economy? Nothing do me for economy. Why should I spend so much money? Or if I have my car, why should I get a driver? They're not thinking of
to make their life easier.
They're just thinking there's always a need to still conserve, and it starts to play out in the way they live their life, the way they make decisions. So how do people come out of that? I'm not broke again, I'm not poor, I'm not this, but I need to start to reflect it even in my mindset, even in my actions, that truly sometimes you just need to relax and live the soft life and live the hard life. Okay, you go.
Soft life, yes, good. But then there are people who it's ingrained in their system, to be humble, to stay humble.
Let's define humility.
Exactly. And then there's the mindset of, oh, this thing must not leave my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, let me use somebody that I'll mention the person's name. P2B. The wife will take a higher class. You understand? Business class, but he will take economy.
He has reason for that one.
Political,
To associate with the people.
He will make sure. No, he always makes sure the wife is comfortable. In that case, what do you explain that? It is in the character. It is in the persona. It's in the, how you want to. Okay, so maybe you want to say it's political, but I always, view people's lifestyle in different ways beyond politics. How, because it's sometimes naturally. I was watching a video. Okay, so why am I even talking about him? But let me just say, I was watching a video where an elderly political figure wanted to greet him, wanted to stand up. He just quickly grabbed that. Don't stand up for me. So, and then what's the natural thing that people do when they clap for him when he comes in? What's that natural thing? What makes it? So that's, for me, is an example of humility. And you might not agree with me. But what I'm just saying is that sometimes it's even good. So people will not even know where you are.
To be rich but think poor.
So people will not even know when
to be rich but case. So for example, he said he pays for his wife to be on business class, and that's a different matter, because what we see is that he's okay to spend the money. But for personal or political reasons, he wants to be in economy. It's a different case if he has the money, he and his family, nobody must go on business class. We must not change our car. Everything must just be, in a certain...
They capitalize on being over-prudent.
Yeah.
When they to the point where they are suffering themselves.
Yeah. I think the answer to this, from my perspective, is that you must see money as a tool. The moment you glorify money and, you think that money is everything, it becomes a god to you, and you start to worship it. And worshiping money looks like, I don't want it to move down. I don't think, let it just be where it is, like a shrine, like an idol. Let me just be. But the moment you realize that money is a tool and that money is currency, it's supposed to flow in, flow out. Use it for what will make your life better. If you're earning more and you're not changing, I'm not even a very lavish person. Or maybe when I call me billionaire, we'll know. But I believe in modesty and simplicity, right? But I also don't think that if I can afford, maybe for example, case in point, I had a housekeeper who used to come a few days a week, right? But I've gotten to a season where I need someone that can come in multiple days a week. Of course, I'm going to increase salary. I'm like, okay, it's okay. I need it for this season, and I will make the money to be able to pay that person that can come every day. So I think that's the way to look at money. It's a tool to make my life and my family, better, and to also be generous to the people around me. I want to have money to be able to send my friend on a girls' trip, birthday, let's fly private jets or something. I mean, not that we'll not be spending it every day, but there are some pleasures that, it's okay to enjoy it in life. We have only this life on this particular earth.
And you shouldn't feel guilty for it.
Exactly.
You shouldn't feel guilty for it, especially if you worked hard for the money. To be honest, if you worked hard for the money, and because to be fair, I think some of these mindsets are cultural. It's nurture. It's how you've grown, especially people who might have come from difficult backgrounds, or they've seen the way things are done. No, this is not how people spend money. I've watched a movie where it was a movie, well, they were going through difficult times before. They made money, and even when he made the money, he still, you couldn't see the evidence. He was still using the same rickety car. He was still he didn't change the school for the children. You wouldn't see it even in the outlook, just because he had that mindset of, I have the money, but let it just be there for the rainy day. What if the rain never falls? So maybe it's fear, maybe it's anxiety, or maybe really it's just the mindset. But just to wrap up, from what we've said, how would people also come out of that mindset?
I think, I would agree with Ewa and say that, remove money from being your God. It's when you're worshiping something that, maybe this thing no go come out, so let 1 naira not drop. See it as a tool to do things. If I'm using it to make my life easier, it's not being greedy or being, wanting to spend money and show myself. It's to make my life easier. I don't want to be squeezing myself in the economy.
Exactly.
Let there be some leg room around, okay? If I want to change my car, it's not to show off to the world. The old one may not be performing at its best anymore. I've had it for 12 years. Let me change the car. Oh, this person is in need of this. My family member is in need of this. That's not a time to, my money must not reduce, so do you understand? My child needs this. Money goes there. You are still working to make more. Nobody say you are now stagnant. Do you understand? So see money more as a tool than as a god.
Love it. So we've been talking a lot about money, and it's been very, very interesting, to be very honest. I would say it's been an energetic conversation. But we're going to go on a break now. When we get back, we still continue, but we do our agree and disagree. So don't go anywhere.
Rising, stories told, truth unfolding, brave and bold. In this space we speak our mind, different views all intertwined. It's the big conversation where the real...
Welcome back. It's still the big conversation here on Dominion Television. We're moving straight into our agree or disagree segments. We're going to see a statement. We get to agree, disagree, and defend our answer. So let's see today's statements. Money problems expose mindset before they expose income. Hey. Show your workers. Money problems expose mindset before they expose income. Agree or disagree? Money problems expose mindset before they expose income.
Very tricky.
Agree, disagree, agree.
Maybe someone should help to explain the statement first.
Well, Chisom was quick to pick her board, so you go first.
Can we have it on the screen?
Okay. Money problems expose mindset before they expose income.
Of course, money problem expose mindset. So when there is a money problem, the mindset will appear. Are you an open-minded person or a closed mind? Do you have a closed mindset or do you have an open mindset? Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Then, before your income, before what you have in the bank even becomes a conversation, how are you able to manage a money problem? How are you able to say, okay, so I'm having challenges paying my children's school fees. Do I take them out or do I take a loan to continue keeping them in that private school?
Yeah.
Do I have access to a loan? Sometimes people even have access to loan, they don't know. So there was this story someone was saying. I mean, it was taken in a biblical form. She said they got to go to vacation somewhere, and they didn't know they had access to some things in the hotel. So they kept on mising. They were just buying one thing or that. It was the last day. They now realized that everything was paid for. So it's mindset first. Because sometimes you might even have it free. Some things are even, you have access to them. But because you don't know, because you don't have an open mindset, you have closed mindset, you believe that, everything I have to work for it. Everything I have to squeeze myself. Everything I have to suffer. But sometimes it's paid, and it's paid in full by Jesus.
Okay, so show you guys this now.
Look for nothing.
Okay, let me go. I agree that money problems expose mindset before they expose income, because it would, whether the availability or lack of it would amplify what is already there in your character, in your mindset, in your values, in your maturity as well. And just like we already established before, on how you view money. When you move from not having money to having a lot of money, how is your behavior? How do you switch from 0 to 100 real quick? Are you going to be, because we see where people, they make, maybe they make their first 1 million, and the way they spend it, you'll be wondering, what is this?
Okay.
Like, they would not even make wise decisions. You see them going, that's when they will go cash shopping, even when the car is more than the 1 million that they have, right? And then you see people, when they go from 100 to 0, how their attitude would change, how they suddenly become, they feel like they're all of a sudden nobodies, just because they felt like money was what made them who they were. So definitely, the lack of money or the abundance of it will definitely display your mindset towards money before even revealing whatever is in your accounts, right? So that's why I agree. Okay, you agree. You go. No, because she will not change your mind. You Disagree.
Money problems expose mindsets before they expose income. Okay, the word before is making me want to change my mind, but I will stay on my side. I agree with everything that you've both said. I mean, your money problems are typically a reflection of what's going on internally, right? But where I want to, sort of lean to the other side is just to say that sometimes you have a money problem because you have an income problem. It's true. You have a money problem because you're not earning enough for the season of life that you are in.
Okay.
And so in that instance, I think it's not necessarily like, oh, your mindset about money is wrong. It's just a case of, okay, can I switch careers? Can I get a better job? The moment you get a better job and the moment you're earning more, you realize that, the problem disappears, right? So this doesn't negate what you've said, which is absolutely true. I agree with those points. But on the flip side, just check, maybe you just need to change something. And yeah, everything will be fine.
I stick to my agree because I think that, the mindset comes before money. You can see someone who has, all the money in the world.
Yeah.
For example, we've seen people who have won lotteries and in less than a week, that's okay, where's the rest of the money? It's non-existent. I've heard of someone who he won a bet and it was in millions. What did he do? He left school, he was in a private uni, left school, went to the club, bought I think he bought a new phone, a new laptop, spent on the girlies and came back to school. Okay, how much is remaining the money? 200K. Or was it 400? I don't remember the precise amount. But from millions to thousands in less than a week. You just use the weekend though. Exactly. So I think mindset is very important. It just speaks to how you manage certain situations.
Yeah.
There might be an income problem, as Ella has said, but again, what mindset do you hold on to?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Okay, truthfully. Now I see the two sides.
That person who
why
won that lottery supposed to have covered his face and take a picture. Because that's what the people do. And nobody will know.
I think that's why the segment is, usually very interesting because you also get to see different perspectives. To be very fair, I mean, what she pointed out, I mean, when you look at it, it do very true. Because truly, it really, I mean, people, do not have, maybe because they're not making enough. And maybe until they realize that is actually the reason for them being broke, they will now know, okay, let me maybe think of a side hustle. Let me think of an alternative means of getting money. Maybe let me apply for a promotion or for a salary increase, or just to see how to eliminate that money problem. So ultimately, still, if you're broke, if you're in a tough financial situation, it is to identify the problem first, so you know which angle you're going to tackle it from, whether it is the source or the mindset. Oh, lovely.
The source or the mindset.
Look at like this now. We just write book and sell it. Love it. Oh my gosh! But before we go, let's take a look at our wise words on the web. Okay, Mo, could you read for us, please?
If you're born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it's your mistake. Bill Gates. I love that. Very true. I agree.
And coming from coming from Bill Gates, to be honest, you can be in a situation, but what you choose to do with that situation is up to you. And that brings us to the end of today's big conversation. We've learned that being broke isn't just about not having money. It's about where you are in your journey, the choices you've made, and the systems around you. Some people are between chapters. Some are paying the price of past decisions, and some are simply waiting for their next breakthrough. But whatever the case, today's conversation reminds us that life is more complex than a bank balance, okay? So thank you so much for spending your morning with us, thinking, reflecting, and engaging. My name is Osara Noma Saba. We'll see you on another insightful episode of
The Big Conversation.
Voices rising, stories told, truth unfolding, brave and bold. In this space we speak our mind, different views all intertwined. It's the big conversation where the real ones talk. From the heart of the nation we all take that walk. Through the fire, through the facts we don't hold back. It's the big, big conversation. rising, stories told, truth unfolding, brave and bold. In this space we speak our mind, different views all intertwined. It's the big conversation where the real ones talk. From the heart of the nation we all take that